if you're not a Chiefs fan, that's okay. But resist the urge to fall for the narrative that we're tired of seeing them win, that we might be fatigued of watching KC go to the Super Bowl over and over again. You are witnessing greatness.
Thank you for that pep talk, Mr. Burleson. I appreciate your concern for the league. I even appreciate Nick Wright over at FS1, the current owner of the absolute worst hairstyle in sports media. Hell, Nicky Wright, he might have the worst hairstyle in all of media. A lot of men would rather be bald like Joy Reid than have that modern mullet that Nick Wright is trying so desperately to make popular. But I do appreciate the sentiment. As voices of NFL media, I understand what you're trying to do. They are trying to defend the league that pays the bills. They are trying to defend daddy. They are trying to not bite the hand that feeds them. But all they're really doing is making things worse. The NFL and NFL media, they're in full damage control mode right now. I think they're worried about ratings for the Super Bowl circling the pooper. They're worried about Chiefs fatigue. They're worried about the potential backlash towards Kelsey and Tay-Tay Swiffer. Look at me, I'm a Swiftie, yippee! More importantly, they're worried about this growing conspiracy that the league is fixing games in the Chiefs' favor. Right now, Adam Schefter, he is being crucified by his pretend friends in the mainstream media. Yesterday morning, Adam Schefter, he published an article that showed the officiating bias towards the Chiefs. Unfortunately for Billy Plaschke, who was emotionally triggered by the word Chiefs, Adam Schefter used that painful word continuously throughout the article, instead of referring to the Chiefs by their actual name, the Guardians. Throughout the playoffs, up until the AFC Championship Game, there have been 9 personal fouls called against opponents of the Chiefs. How many have been called against the Chiefs? 1. Uno. I have never been one to buy into the conspiracy that the NFL is deliberately fixing games, but even I will admit that some of the evidence from last night is very convincing. I'll show you some examples, and I'll let you decide for yourself if the NFL influenced the results last night. But first, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble upon this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. Link to the main channel is in the description below. Early in the fourth quarter last night, Bills had the ball around midfield. I'll play the video while I explain what happens. It's 3rd and 3. Josh Allen throws a screen pass, and it appears that the Bills have a first down. Officials mark them a little bit short, so we move to 4th and 1, 4th and inches. Very next play, Josh Allen runs the QB sneak. Clearly gets the first down. It was so clear, one of the officials ran towards the play, indicating that it was a first down. Obviously, you guys know what happened. Chiefs get the ball, end up scoring the touchdown that put them in the lead. Earlier in the game, there was a controversial call on a completed catch, which, by the way, with all the technology that we have available, how come no one can define the word catch? What is a catch? What is a completed pass? Does anyone know? Here is the video of the play. Now, the way I see it, if anyone caught the ball in this situation, it was the Bills defender. It was an interception. But it definitely looks like an incomplete pass. What do NFL officials do? They fall back on their default decision and give the Chiefs the ball. There was a punt return late in the third quarter where the officials missed multiple blocks in the back on the Chiefs. There were several other questionable calls from the officials last night, so I get it. I understand why people think that the game was fixed, or at minimum, the officiating was biased for the Chiefs. Throw in the fact that Patrick Mahomes can make history by becoming the first quarterback to achieve the three-peat, along with the fact that Taylor Swiffer could propose to Travie, making him become an official Swiffer for life, or at least until they get divorced. I understand. I get it. I understand the outrage. I understand why people think the game was rigged. If you look at it from the NFL's perspective, It's kind of a win-win. If Josh Allen and the Bills make the Super Bowl, fans on social media are happy. If the Chiefs make the Super Bowl and there's allegations of corrupt officiating, even better, because everyone is talking about it. One of the biggest stories going into the Super Bowl is going to be how the officials helped the Chiefs get there. The Chiefs are once again the most hated team in the league. And that is good business for the NFL. After having one of the quietest 15-1 seasons that I have ever seen, the Chiefs were barely talked about all season, but now they are once again the biggest heels in the league, which, like I said, is great for the NFL because there is always more interest when fans have a heel to cheer against. Do I think that the game was fixed last night? You know, it wouldn't surprise me if it was. I would not be surprised if the NFL favors the Chiefs. And it has really nothing to do with the game last night and everything to do with what happened to my Saints 5 years ago. I never bought into the conspiracy that games were influenced until that egregious no call in the Superdome in the NFC Championship game. After that happened, I knew anything was possible. Truth is, though, Chiefs-Eagles, that is a much better matchup for the NFL than Bills-Eagles. Buffalo is a small market, probably the smallest market in the NFL outside of New Orleans. But in terms of perception, New Orleans is a much bigger market. People actually travel to New Orleans. Ain't no one going to Buffalo. I know people are claiming that ratings for the Super Bowl are going to be low, possibly even record lows, but I just don't think that's going to happen because all the Swiffers, they're going to be tuning in to see if their beloved Tay-Tay finally makes an honest man out of Kelsey. But give me your thoughts on this. Was there a conspiracy last night to get the Chiefs to the Super Bowl? Did the Bills get screwed? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys on the main channel.